Welcome back to another episode of Growth Through Ganja. Smoke with me, Miss Pearl. This episode is called Make 'Em Say and it comes from Master P and all the rest of them that was on the song. This is my perspective on the Druski church skit. I'm on YouTube at work and I see the Druski skit and I just click it. And next thing you know, I'm in this joint screaming. I'm at my desk screaming because I can't believe what I'm saying. Then not only that, it tickled my spirit because it also took me back to a very, very familiar place on my spiritual journey. And then it took me back, way back, to when I was going to Bible study in Glenarden, Maryland. And I remember I used to hear things like, don't pay attention to what the pastor is doing. Just, I guess, focus on yourself or something like that. Whatever it was, now I see why. The Druski video also validates my decision to break away from Christianity overall. When did your first fruits become cash money? And then all those people in the background, how did he convince all those people are bad to do this? Miss Wanda. When I saw Miss Wanda and he said that she's there because she couldn't have a baby, this nigga Mike Todd then spit on his hand and put the spit on someone's eyes in front of a crowd of people. This nigga had a trampoline in there. This nigga had a barber. This nigga was putting syrup on the Bible. If he on the platform, he's on putting syrup on the Bible and you still sitting there and you still come back, why do I need to come at all? Welcome back to another episode of Growth Through Ganja. Smoke with me, Miss Pearl. I was just jumping up and down, me and my daughter, trying to get the smoke alarm to stop beeping. Had the emergency beep. Her cookies came out the oven. Them things were smelling delicious, and I'm gonna have to give me at least about two, because they small cookies. So I told her little cookie nuggets, and they're looking pretty good. Looking like I need one or two. I've just been coming up with a lot more ideas for my show, and it just keeps me excited. I definitely appreciate my 2 followers. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all good in this snowstorm. I don't know where people at. This is the first time in my life when I've seen icicles dripping down window screens. This is the first time. It looks like it's biting out there. So if you ain't got to be out there, don't have your ass out there. It's just that simple. But anywho, this episode is called Make 'Em Say and it comes from Master P and all the rest of them that was on the song. This is my perspective on the Druski church skit. So y'all know I'm always late to the party. So when stuff go viral, I'm focused on other shit. I'm at the gym. I'm probably somewhere eating those little oranges that I really like. I'm probably somewhere eating popcorn. Probably somewhere high, laughing, enjoying life. Okay, I don't know what's viral because my algorithm is pretty much straight to the point, and these are on all of my YouTube accounts. But I was at work and I was feeling a little down. It was some decisions that was made at work that didn't quite make any sense to me. I'm just at a point in my life where I just want I just want to make sure that I'm using my time wisely. I'll just say it like that. Because you can't get back time. You can get back money, but you can't get back time. Okay? But I just need to make sure that I use my time wisely. I'm on YouTube at work and I see the Druski skit and I just click it. And next thing you know, I'm in this joint screaming. I'm at my desk screaming because I can't believe what I'm saying. And then not only that, it tickled my spirit because it also took me back to a very, very familiar place on my spiritual journey. Forgot to put the phone on silent. I ain't really got no notes for this one, so I can put my phone on silent. School sending updates. I ain't bringing her up there. My son ain't going up there. Nobody going up there. We good. Everybody was waiting for this. I just hope everybody likes and stuff on. So I'm watching it and then I'm reading the comments. Y'all know the comment section is my weakness on social media. So every which way that this skit was set up, like the cuts in it, the jump to another scene, then jump back to another to something previous, and then the way it ended, like it was just perfect. And then it took me back, way back, to when I was going to Bible study in Glenarm, Maryland. And I remember I used to hear things like, don't pay attention to what the pastor is doing. Just, I guess, focus on yourself or something like that. Whatever it was, now I see why. And then this conversation is bigger than the Druski skit. It's just the way that he did it. He's a fire starter. He started the discussion. And it's not like he's lying. He was pretty spot on. And he didn't have to pull any receipts. He just had to put it together the way that he did. And I have a different appreciation for him. When I first started this podcast, I was questioning, or like it kind of starts off with me questioning, like, what is God? Who is God? What is Christianity? You know what I'm saying? And for me, with Christianity, like the math just is not mathing. And spiritually, it makes me realize I don't want to be tied to any religion. Okay, people fucking slit people's throats and they have hung people in the name of Jesus. If this makes you feel uncomfortable, my suggestion is you might not want to finish this one, because I promise you I don't care about your feelings. I'm just asking questions and I'm just telling you my side of the story. You got your side and it's whatever it is, right? So when I see the skit, like it just changed my whole mood that day. And seeing him hanging from the ceiling in the beginning, I remember when I did see that pastor who was coming down, like hanging from the ceiling, like he motherfucking Pink or Beyonce. I remember seeing that and I was like, what the fuck is this nigga doing here? I would have got up and left. Like I'm one of those people who was struggling and still trying to pay tithes and still trying to eat. So to hear these stories, and that lady the lady who was telling the story about her grandma who had the light bill that they went and paid for $130 something dollars. That shit was wow. $130 something dollars, and they're asking her where's her money going. Here. So I remember getting like my receipt for tithing and it was only $2. Like that's how bad I was. That's the type of space I was in when I was heavily going to church. Um, I remember, you know, when that spirit took over me, and I was all in front of church breaking down, and people knew like what was happening, and it was really humbling. It was like an ego death out loud in front of a crowd. Christianity or religion is very powerful. It has a lot of spells, and I think there's a channel on YouTube called The Truth Is. The reason why I don't watch it as often as I used to is because the guy who narrates the stories, so the guy who runs the channel, he talks about spells in a negative light when really everything is a spell. Everything is about energy. Everything is about how you can hypnotize people. Or is it? No, everything is about how you can hypnotize and influence people. Influence pays a lot of money. Make a lot of money from influence. Even hearing a breakdown about hearing the na 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 in songs, think of how powerful Make 'Em Say was back then and still is, and how many songs have that same thing in it. Even the fucking dumbest songs that have the na 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 part in it, somehow they're big songs, or maybe they're just playing them over and over until that gets stuck in people's heads. Spells can be good or bad things. If the words are coming out of your mouth, they're going out into the universe. And whether it's negative, whether it's positive, and karma is just, it's just a loop. Like life is just a loop. Whatever you put out in the loop, it comes right back to looping you. The Druski video also validates my decision to break away from Christianity overall. When did your first fruits become cash money? And why is Jesus never as described in any church I've ever been in? And then I'm hearing that the book never even talks about his return. They talk about Christ consciousness. And then you see what they doing with the church money. They in here having a business meeting about what they doing with people money. And the new pastors, when I listen to them, something's always off. Something's always off. When it comes to Christianity in general, for me, something is always a little off. And I feel like I've become a much better person. Just going straight to the source. And not really trying to stick to a lot of these earthly labels, like not limiting myself to this bullshit. And then everybody want to argue over who is who in the Bible. If okay, so who's lying? Who's lying? Because Aborigines killed Europeans trying to come on their land with that Bible. The church being called collect and praise, with the hands in the back as the symbol, as the logo, with the dollars falling in it. He really took his time with this one. Like this one was probably like, man, it's easy work, but I mean, he really put some real effort into this one. And then all those people in the background, how did he convince all those people, a band, to do this? Miss Wanda. When I saw Miss Wanda and he said that she's there because she couldn't have a baby, and then the man walking her down to the front, and this leads up to the whole impregnate. I'm going to impregnate. Oh my gosh. I'm at work losing it. I'm at work losing it. I can see why they so mad now. I can see why those pastors are so mad now. Doing the worm while saying impregnate took a lot of people out. Took a lot of them out. And it's like no matter how many times I see it, it's just like the way that Druski was dancing to the music up there was so accurate. When I say Druski, this is the sharpest he's ever looked. This is the cleanest he ever looked. Let me tell you, he put this skit together very well. I can tell Druski is slimming down. So when that African pastor was like, when fat people run out of jokes, they go to the church. No, they don't. When fat people run out of jokes, I would think they would just move on to some other shit in their life, like go eat or something. I don't know. I don't know. But the African pastor was corny as shit for that. You corny, nigga. You corny. You should just stay quiet. Because you corny. Druski's outfit. When I finally calmed down, I Googled how much a Christian Dior jacket cost. Now, why do you need what how why do you need a 35 to $5,500 blazer to do the Lord's work? Hurry up. This is why I don't take Christianity seriously because it's mocked so much. Look at what Medea did with Jesus. Like Cat Williams said, Tyler Perry can't even play a man. And Tyler Perry got all that ratchet shit on BET. Is this the work of the Lord? Oh, okay. When Druski went to break down the outfit and the way he stuck his feet out, the way he stuck his feet out, and then he didn't do it once, he did it twice. A grown man hovering over your head with his feet up like a toddler. Then to the fundraiser. The music in the background when he was going over the fundraiser. We all know the part when he's like, and that needs to appear today. $4 million today. It was like 90 people in there. But with the lighting, it looked like it was a lot more people and it was packed. But it was the perfect amount of people. He don't need everybody, but the amount of people that agreed to this skit, they need a standing ovation. Okay? Please. All of them. Gift cards, just somewhere. I don't know. The projects in other countries that ain't nobody got no receipts for now. Dr. Umar still ain't got this school going that everybody looking for. Come on now. Come on now. And the churches don't even have to report their money. This is why they can spend $65 million. How demonic is that? And then that old ass white man that looked like Dorian from The Mask. I never said that. I never said that people were demons, and don't you say that again. He looked like Dorian from The Mask. You see how possessed he is? So like he blowing on COVID-19. What kind of demonic shit is that? He looked like if he had a son, it would be Remick from Sinners. We are not letting anyone leave until we reach our goal. Amen. When Marvin Sapp said, "Ushers close the door," I would have got the fuck up and I would have headed straight for the door. And then you told me you got 1,000 people online, nigga, logging off now. What are you talking about? Giving is worshiping. Then there's um the older pastor who said that they need to make $10,000 appear in 90 seconds. Again, I would have got the fuck up and left. I'm not about to be in there with that shit. You obviously in a better position than me, and you trying to pull more out of me. When did religion become a business? Those are the type of questions that we have that we need answers to. Even in First Sunday, you holding the church hostage. If Jesus is like what is I don't know. You holding the church hostage for money? I don't know. I don't know. Some stuff that be happening in life is like it's some horrific things in the world that have been done in the name of Jesus. And then we're always warned about people who overly speak of Jesus. And then, everything with religion is about fear. Fear, 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 fear. Like, why do we need to be scared? Why can't we just ask questions? Why do we have to lead with fear and don't ask no questions? Like he said, don't worry about what the pastor does. Then Marvin Sapp was like, I didn't say lock the doors. I wouldn't ever want to strong arm an elderly person, but that day, told some close the doors, nigga, we leaving. We done already been in here for 6 hours. We leaving. We're on a goddamn lunch break. I'll be back. That needs to appear today. 90 seconds. Where's the 10,000 going? Druski dancing with the money is just so on point. I feel like that's probably why a lot of them be dancing like that. Jesus isn't back because he's not getting enough money. When was the dollar bill created again? This story of Christianity is way older than this money here you talking about. I see a group of homeless people on the regular and I'm like, the church don't even have resources. Like the girl who was calling around for the churches, asking them would they help her baby out. And we're asking all these questions, and the vast majority of them said no. And then the pastor was like, "She's a witch," and I'm like, so people aren't supposed to ask the church for help? I think one of my favorite parts of the Druski skit was when he said, Apostle Richard said, "Baby, can you help me?" That whole thing was so on point. He looked like he was just having a bunch of fun doing this. Everybody there looked like they was having the time of their lives. I ain't even gonna hold you. Then saying he gonna do the Christian version of the word. Don't worry about it. And then Pastor Mike Todd had his commentary on it, and you can tell he was quite bothered by that. This nigga Mike Todd, then spit on his hand and put the spit on someone's eyes in front of a crowd of people. This nigga had a trampoline in it. This nigga had a barber. This nigga was putting syrup on the Bible. If he on the platform he's on putting syrup on the Bible and you still sitting there and you still come back, why do I need to come at all? Why do I need to take this shit seriously at all? Is this the Lord's work? To have somebody on a stage like that, his Easter concert was an embarrassment. When he's in the telling it's a distraction. Yeah, it's waking your people up, and then pretty soon they'll be a little too tied up in what's really happening to be distracted by you. Because I don't know, like the level of arrogance from this dude. You know how Sidney Castile said that Diddy thought he was bigger than God. That's what a lot of these mega pastors do. Once they see how much money they get, they ain't gotta pay no taxes, they ain't gotta report it, they ain't gotta tell nobody nothing, and they see all the ass here and there, they know all the gossip. They are the star of the show. So they gonna make sure that they shine real bright and they gonna take things to the edge. His Easter play was so demonic. If I had to pay, I would have wanted my motherfucking money back. If I wanted to go see Beyonce or go to a regular ass concert, I would have took my money over there. He probably charged people a lot. The pastor who said that the Bentley was God's work is for the church, and then the member who yelled out, "Can we drive it?" And then immediately the pastor was like, "No." So nigga, the Bentley is for you. It's for you. Can you leap on your legs till the money falls out of your pocket? Counting the money up at the end. See, Marvin Sapp was counting that shit right then and there. So it's not like we don't see it. You see it with your eyes and you're convinced not to believe what you see because of a spell. And then he came up with more spells as to why, or as he came up with more spells to validate the whole thing. I didn't know that that's what church was for. I didn't know. I don't want that job. With the way people getting exposed, I don't want that job. Asking the pastor to pray for you and your wife, and he tell you get the fuck out of here, spit at you. See he put so much in the skit in such a short period of time. He hit so many different things. And now everybody got something to say. Including Mike Todd, goofy ass. Mike Todd was up there in that damn yellow and black with the. He was up there dressed like Michelle Obama. Told us he got a wife and kids. Up there dressed like Michelle Obama. I think that was the outfit from the Ellen DeGeneres show. So No, absolutely not. What they have done with religion is so contaminated. It's so contaminated. And I just can't get with the program anymore and my life, my quality of life. I think that's a part of what helped save me from a lot of my demons. A lot of people who heavily rely on powers and sources outside of themselves to recover from some of their demons, a lot of them fail because it's not outside of you, it's what's inside of you. If you ain't, like Eric Thomas said, if you ain't got that dog, then it just is what it is. And a lot of people don't have it in them to operate without having attachment to something. I feel like the rules are a whole lot, I feel like life is a whole lot simpler with spirituality. A lot of things make more sense. I don't know. This just my take on it. This is why, at some point in time, I just felt that it was just like this isn't for me. Like I need to break free from living my life in fear and being so ashamed every week at church because I didn't feel victim of the flesh, and then I'm still making the same mistakes, still repeating the same actions. I feel like a box. Religion feels like a box. A lot of rules, a lot of money involved, a lot of shame, a lot of judgment, a lot of judgment. Not that you don't judge people when you're, in your everyday life. It's just a natural thing that we do at this point. And we try not to do it. But that comes with self-awareness. A lot of people lack a lot of self-awareness. And can't no religion save you from that either. Whatever's not in you, it can't come out of you. So if you a toxic person, you sit up here running around talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, and all your actions say otherwise, what are we doing here? Why do I need to take you seriously? But hey, then again, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you got something from it. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you'll be back next week. Maybe you won't. I don't know. This has been Growth Through Ganja Smoke with me, Miss Pearl.